So here's how trying to talk to a doctor in Britain goes. You have a problem. It's not an emergency, but there is discomfort. You're a younger person who knows that government services are offered online now for efficiency. So you try to send an e-consult to make the doctor aware of a problem, so that they can get back to you in their own time. Because you're an empathetic person, and you realise that demand outstrips supply in modern Britain. One day passes. 2. You think, okay, it's the weekend. Maybe they only do emergencies at the weekend. So you wait. Monday comes, and as you wait, you read your e-consult email to console yourself. On it, it gives a link where you can send them a reminder. And giving them the benefit of doubt, you do that. Tuesday comes and goes. By Wednesday, you've had enough. You decide to call them. As soon as you do, you're immediately bombarded with a message telling you that emergencies should be dealt with by calling an ambulance. Common sense, you would think, but it also serves to dissuade you from talking to them. Then it goes on to say that blood tests should be booked online rather than holding. Another deflection. It continues to say that if there are no slots available today, you should check tomorrow instead of continuing this call. Another stonewall. After that, you'll put in a queue. A queue to talk to a receptionist, not a doctor. That's another queue. When you get through to the receptionist, she wants to know all about your problem. Doctor-patient confidentiality seems to have been thrown away in this quest for efficiency. But before that, she needs to check your identity, and this was very alarming for me. All I had to do was tell her my name, and she knew exactly where I lived. My phone number must have been shown on her system, and that gave her all the information she needed to validate my identity. I never consented to such a system being used. I suppose it's all implied from using the NHS app, which I only used to travel abroad during restrictions that I never had any say in the matter of. Details dispensed with, she proceeded to offer me a phone call with a doctor. That wasn't what I wanted. When I explained I wanted to see somebody, she promptly explained that their system had changed. I didn't vote for that. Who did? No doubt it was done for efficiency and in the name of better service. The logic being that a phone call is quicker than a 15-minute consultation. But does the patient benefit from not being able to see a real, caring, compassionate person? And does the doctor benefit from not being able to see the disease or injury? Time will tell. But the point is, nothing ever gets better. In 2022, you can speak to a doctor, but in 1960, you could see a doctor. I didn't vote for these changes, they just happened, by somebody who was paid to think of more efficient solutions. What about the consequences? If patients are harmed by their injuries not being treated promptly, do doctors receive a pay cut? Do surgeries receive a decreased budget? No. Everyone carries on as normal, because admitting fault would be admitting that the NHS is fundamentally insufficient in the modern world. To admit that would mean everybody loses their jobs. Patients must continue to suffer longer so that consequences can be ignored.